call this workshop meeting of the Lewisville City Council to order. We do have a quorum. Quick reminder that the microphones pick up everything in this room, so if you're whispering in the far corners, it will be all over YouTube momentarily. All right, first up tonight, we have discussion of consent and regular agenda items. So, Council, if you go ahead and look into your packets. Councilmember Meredith, I have you for invocation. Correct. Councilmember Troyer, I have you for the pledges. We have 3 proclamations tonight. We have item D1, continuation of the public hearing for Lady Tesla Avenue. That has been requested to be moved to continue to the October 21st, 2024 City Council meeting. Now, this is a public hearing, so of course folks who are here can speak to it, but my anticipation is that we would push that back 2 weeks at the request of Mr. Stanley. Item public hearing, item 2, consideration of public input for the fiscal year 24 pathways to removing obstacles to housing application. So that's the $5 million application for HUD funding.
Have we received any public feedback on this?
We have quite a lot. We had a table at Western Days where we had nearly 60 surveys completed during it. And then I think we've received a couple of surveys outside of that, but Western Days was our biggest meeting. And then we had a presentation at our Denton County Homeless Coalition where we received a lot of feedback from agencies there as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
In general, positive?
All positive. Well, I shouldn't say all positive. I should say about 95% positive. There was a couple of folks who just said they wanted no more housing, period.
Oh, that's realistic.
Yeah,
We asked their opinion. They're allowed an opinion.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No more housing, period?
You're allowed to have that opinion, whether
You
that's
are
going to happen
allowed
or
to have
not.
that opinion.
So,
You are.
absolutely. So, thank you for the feedback.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, and I've seen you guys have been out at just about everything, so it's been great to see all the activity going on around that booth. All right. Item E, Visitor Citizens Forum. Item F, consent agenda. Any questions on the minutes? Item 4, we usually get 2 or 3 of these a year, so this was waiving the penalty and interest on a property tax account. Long and the short of it, Denton County sent documentation to the wrong address, and these folks are saying that, you know, I've done everything that I'm supposed to do. Would you please remove the penalties when it was not my fault?
That NTTA is not like that.
All right, item 5, bid award for animal requirements contract for mowing, landscape, and trash pickup. This is Infinity Lawn, who currently does the service, and this was part of the Castle Hills Master Agreement that we put this out to bid for that side of the city. Any questions on item 5? Item 6, approval of agreement between the City of Lewisville and Half Associates for engineering design, and this is for the Denton County Levee Trail Project. So that's the Timber Creek trails that we talked about a couple of months ago. Item 7, revised administrative policy 2.0, human resources, employee performance evaluation and compensation plan. We have to add this, Tad, I believe, because we changed the compensation for police training officers.
Field training officers, yes, sir.
So we need to make sure that that's
And
captured.
fire.
And fire.
Right.
Yes, that's right.
Thank you. Questions on 7? Item 8, authorization to execute a second amendment to the lease agreement for the temporary police and fire administration building at Lakeway Drive.
We feel like this is going to be our last one.
We certainly hope so. This one includes all the weather delays, a lot of no-cost stuff, and it puts the remaining bid package 4 and 5 pretty much on the same timeline for substantial completion, December 20th. And then going forward, allows us to do a 4-month extension, because part of the decommissioning of where the police and fire are located at now is also part of the work that needs to be done. We may have to take things apart and that sort of stuff, and move, right? So once we get further along in the process, you know, we'll keep everybody up to date. in the event that there was more time needed, unforeseen things that come up, there's an extension on here for an additional 2 months if needed, which would put us at the end of May. But so far, I met before about an hour ago with our project management team, and you know, we're pushing to be done at the end of March is the target, and that accommodates this.
Super. Item 9, regular hearing, alternative standard associated with building orientation requirements for 2 restaurants. This is Heber and Lake Point Edition. It's got kind of some unique topology and some green space behind it, and they want to front those buildings up along the road. Any questions on 9? Item 10, consideration or reappointment of myself to DCTA and reappointing Councilmember Kristen Green as the alternate member for DCTA.
And how well do we really know these people?
I know. Hearing no further objections. Kristen, I appreciate you stepping up and continuing that. I know it's a lot of time to
I do too.
stay on there.
We don't need a special,
Just approve it.
Oh, I can, yeah.
Oh, you can,
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a motion to reappoint.
Like that
There's no vote. All right, item 11, DCAD. So this is consideration of resolution nominating candidates to the Denton Central Appraisal. It's not Denton County. Judge Eves will tell you that repeatedly. It's Denton Central Appraisal District. So this one gets a little wonky now because now we have the 3 electeds that were elected back in May. There are 5 appointed, so they will be described as elected versus appointed. So even though those 5 appointed are elected by all of the tax entities in the county, we can put up to 5 names in the hat for this. So, and Pomacall and Alex Buck, which were the 2 that we really pushed for and got on the board here a couple of years back, have both expressed interest to return for at least another year. And then I have had, double check that again. So Ray Martin, who lives in the Castle Hills neighborhood and actually knows Patrick, has expressed some interest. He has a granddaughter that is in LASD Public Schools currently. He's served on several boards and commissions with the school district and is very knowledgeable. He's a realtor and very knowledgeable in the area. I've had a chance to sit down with him, and I think I would like to recommend him as one of the names that we put out there. The only other person that's reached out to me directly is Flower Mound former council member Sandeep Sharma. Solid guy, again from the Flower Mound side of the house, but former council member, and I've had great conversations with him over the years. I would say what we're doing now is we're just picking up to 5 names that we can put in the hat. All those names are going to be sent to the CAD, and here in about 2 weeks they're going to bring back a master list and say, here's the 20 people that, or 8 people, or whatever it is that signed up, and you got to vote for them for these different positions. Now, what's a little weird is this year is we've got 2 board seats that are open, so they won't have an incumbent in them. So there's a gap there. But you know, if it's up to you, council, on who you want to put a name in the hat for, and then we'll have another round where voting will happen, and we'll go back and we use our 140 or 170 votes, which is a drop in the bucket, but it takes about 700 votes for one of these seats to be filled. So we'll work with whomever we can work with to get our team put on there. Any questions?
So you're saying that if we put 4 names in the hat, this isn't voting, so we're
No.
not diluting our vote. I mean,
Right.
I wouldn't want to vote on 4.
No, and that's the thing, right? If we put 4 in there, then, I mean, you would be expected to maybe support the 2 that you put, the 4 that you put on there, so it's potential that you could be doing, you know,
Oh,
that's the question I have for you is, you know, okay, so you put somebody's name in the hat, are you gonna put some votes behind them? I think we can get the ISD to put some votes behind one or two. I think Carrollton's gonna have, because the gentleman who was from Carrollton on the board has stepped away. Carrollton's gonna put a name in the hat for one of their former council members. And then, oh, I forget his name, he ran for county tax assessor. But there's another gentleman who ran for county tax assessor, and now he's running for this. He's run for 3 or 4 different things. Rob Altman. Nice enough guy, but I hear he's gonna try and get his name put in there. So that's all I know as far as names up to this point. So it's up to us. I mean, I could see us put 3. If you want to put a 4th, that's fine, but I mean, you'd be doing something like 70 votes to Ann, 70 votes to Alex, and 5 votes to the other 2 or something, just to say, hey, we support you, but not as much as I gotta get Ann and Alex on there.
I guess you run the risk if you don't have those, if they could withdraw at the last minute, or they could have some sort of life event.
And that's,
Now,
yeah, that's
you
fair
have to have
too.
some backup, I assume.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'd love to see Mr. Martin put on there. I think
That would be
he's solid.
fantastic, yeah.
Well, let's do 3 then.
Ann, Alex, and Ray.
Okay. All right, then we'll need to make a motion and add those 3 names. So Ray Martin, Ann Pomacall, and Alex Buck. All right. Any other comments on that? Reports. And then we do not have anything for closed session this evening. So, fair enough. There are no further questions or discussion on consent and regular agenda items. We're going to go move into workshop item B, library mobile app and online card application update. Ms. Booker.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Happy to be here tonight to talk about some improvements in the library with technology. We're going to talk about 2. We're going to talk about the new mobile app, and we're going to talk about the online card registration process. Oh, there we go. Okay. So what we're looking for in a new mobile app, we're looking to increase the library's branding and really serve people community-wide. We really wanted to offer a robust mobile app that's really going to give you the full service that you're expecting on the online website, but in the mobile app format, which is much easier to use from a mobile device. And we find that the majority of people are coming to the library website with a mobile device. So it's really important that we serve them where they are with an app which they're expecting. So how does the new mobile app work? Which, by the way, we are in soft launch. So soft that I don't even think the Google Play version was working today. That one apparently takes 7 days to get going, and we had some rejections down the line. So right now the Apple version is out there, but the Google Play is not. So if you tried downloading today, I hope you got through. So how will patrons use this? They'll download the Lewisville Public Library app. They'll log in with their library card number and PIN, and then they can go ahead and play around with searching, placing holds, managing their account. And when they come to the library, they can use the mobile app to actually check out. They can scan their app underneath the self-checkout kiosk or at the front desk to check out their materials. So over the next few screens, I'm going to show you some screenshots of the app so you can kind of familiarize yourself with it. So even if you don't have a library card, the app can be useful to you because you can get in there, you can see what we offer, you can actually see where we are, get a map to the library, see our hours and our contact information. But if you're a patron already, you can go ahead and log in with your library card and PIN, and you can start doing all the things that you need to do to manage your account and use the library. And it does have biometrics, so it will save your information. And you don't have to type in your PIN number the next time if you don't remember it. So the next screen I was going to is the My Account screen. This is the one that actually has the library card number on it. You can change your settings for the library card number. You could log out and log in as your child or your husband if you need to place holds for them. And then you can also you can look at your fines if you owe anything to the library, because that happens to the best of us. You can place holds, you can manage your holds, and you can see what you have checked out, both physical and digital content. All right, so these are some of the searching screens and results screens that you're going to get into. Basically all the functionalities that you're used to in the online catalog. You can see here the full details on the item to make sure it's what you're looking for, see where it is in the library, places it on hold if you need to, or if it's a digital item, you can actually just check it out and start using it. And then once you have holds, you can go to a screen that shows you your status, how many people are ahead of you in line while you're waiting for your library item, or see when your holds expire, or if they're already on hold for you, when they expire, and go back to someone else. You can cancel them, suspend them, change from the pickup window to inside the library with your management holds. So those are kind of the overview services of the app. We do have some known issues that we're working through. So soft launch, we're still developing some things. There's an availability count that's actually like how many of those items we own, which we'd rather it be how many are actually available right now. And then renewals is not the correct number right now. It's basically showing how many times you've renewed it. So if you're looking at renewals and it says 0, you think you can't renew it. It does actually let you renew it, but we need it to say you can renew it 4 more times instead of 0. And then the Google app actually takes you to the front door of the library, but the Apple map is taking you to the annex front door, which is not ideal.
Again, Google superiority.
I thought Shantae was going to say that.
I got you, Shantae.
Okay, so we selected this app because we knew long-term it's actually the native environment for us. It's the same software system that we use for our catalog. And we know long-term it's going to have all the things we want. So these are some of the things we're still getting. We're getting support for linked accounts so that you can have multiple cards on the app at the same time without having to log in and out of them. We want to add social media links. We want to have push notifications. We want to be able to see metrics on who's using the app, how often they're using it, those kinds of things. And then a couple key features that we were looking for when we were searching for an app. So these things, our project won't be considered complete until we have them. Book carousels so that we can market our materials on the app. Linking to our events because we need people to be able to see our programs and come to our events. And then room reservations as well. That is it on the Lewisville app. Next, I want to go over online library card registration, which we've had going for 5-6 weeks now. Again, this one's to ensure easy access to library services and materials. So what we were looking for here is an online application which gets people a full privilege library card. We didn't want them to have to apply and then come in later to get their library card, verifying information. So this process gets them all the way there. To do that, we are restricting it to just Lewisville residents, adults that are 18 and up, and they do have to go through the process of applying online, filling out all the information to like the expectation of what we do in person. And then we will only do this for new library cards. If they already have an account with us, they have to update it with us. So how does that work? They're going to go online, fill out the form. The form is going to verify their information. If there's errors, it'll stop them. If there's duplicates in the system, it will stop them. And then it will look up their address. Once that's done, it confirms their identity and it will issue them a library card number. All right, so here's the form. The form is available in English and in Spanish. We don't give out a physical library card if they do the process themselves online. That's because they really don't need it. In other words, we're not going to mail it to them if they do it this way. Now, if they come in and they've done the online card process, we will give them a physical library card if later they want a card. And then we do allow them to opt in with more information than their driver's license says by giving us their preferred name. We as one of the kind of wins out of this process, we worked with legal, and we were able to get more information back from the patron on acknowledging our guidelines, so we've added this to the process as part of the online card application. Okay, and once you've gone through the process, you will get a confirmation screen that shows you your library card number. And we know a lot of people click off things really quickly, so we also will send you an email with your library card number. Another part of the process, we realized that this form was going to be really nice and easy to fill out, and we could use that for our staff as well. And so we developed a separate form for our staff that allows them to see everything on one page that they need to do. It's a dynamic form, so it changes if they need to put in like the parents' information, kids' age, student information, it changes depending on who you are. And because the staff are filling out the form, all kinds of library cards can be done this way. Okay. And another win from the process is that we are doing a welcome email now to our patrons. So once they've done this, whether online or in person, they will get a nice welcome email the next day with more information about the library to keep them engaged. Okay, so 5 weeks, we issued 186 online library cards successfully. They got all the way through the process. 63 of them were outside of library hours, which we think is a great win. 21 of those were on Sundays when the library isn't open at all. There were 132 unsuccessful attempts. Now 32 of them were kind of repeat unsuccessful attempts. And then reasons for that were incomplete information, incorrect email address, things along those lines. So we found it very successful in the 5 weeks following the launch.
Quick question on that, 132 unsuccessful, were they completely unsuccessful, or did some of those 100 that were left wind up in the 100 approved?
You're correct. So some of those people eventually got to.
Okay.
Mhm. Like if they filled out their email wrong,
Sure.
yeah, the
Okay.
second or third attempt they got through.
Okay.
Now if they lived, in San Antonio, then they never
Sure.
got through.
Okay.
Okay, so that's it for both those things. Also, e-renew is coming, which is a process using the same service as the online application. Yeah.
Council, any questions?
Just real quick, because I had to run out and download it while you were talking, to see what it looked like. It's under Lewisville Public Mobile. So if you look
On the Apple, correct. Now that's going to change.
Okay.
It will be at Lewisville Public Library.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
You're looking for it the next couple of days, that's what it's going to be for a while?
It's just, that's going to get fixed in an update.
Okay, fantastic, all right, awesome.
Super.
Okay.
Great, Joel. Thank you so much. All right, council, any other questions, comments, concerns?
Please taste some of the jams and jellies in the room there.
Yeah.
Let me know if there's anything you just don't
Patrick
like.
needs some
I need
input
feedback. Yeah.
on that. So there's some white bread and some knives back there. With that, about 8 minutes, we will start up our regular session. 7 p.m. So this workshop is no more. That's what I'm probably going to turn into.
So, take a break.
The only one with one. All right. It is 7 p.m. and we're going to call this regular session of the Lewisville City Council to order. We do have a quorum. First up on the agenda tonight is the invocation with Councilmember William Meredith.
Please join me in a moment of silent contemplation. Thank you.
Councilmember Troyer.
Please join me in the pledges to the U.S. and Texas flags. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
All right, we've got a few proclamations this evening. So first one is our Support Our Seniors Week. I think I've got some of our senior team here. There, over there we go. Y'all split up on me. I don't know what to do. Nancy, or do you or any of the team want to come on up? Bring all the blue shirts. Oh, anytime. Just hover around, make sure that the microphone's near you because I hear you want to say a couple of words.
I just have to.
Yeah, no worries.
Speak beside.
Awesome, we're here. We're all good.
Okay.
Good afternoon. All right, so we are given this proclamation here to support our Seniors Week. Whereas Lewisville has a large and rapidly growing population of seniors that make up about 10% of the community, and whereas a thriving senior population brings rich benefits to a community such as Lewisville, lending their experience and history to the diverse tapestry of public engagement, and whereas older residents can be more sensitive to economic, social, and health pressures that add disruptive uncertainty to their daily lives, whereas grassroots groups such as Senior Living Challenges and service agencies such as Meals on Wheels and DCTA Access have stepped forward to organize professionals and volunteers eager to help seniors address those pressures, and whereas the City of Lewisville supports its senior residents through social service agency grants, programs such as neighborhood enhancement grants, and services such as the Thrive Active Adults program, now therefore I, T.J. Gilmore, Mayor of the City of Lewisville, and on behalf of the Lewisville City Council, declare the week of October 7th through 11th, 2024 to be Support Our Seniors Week in the City of Lewisville, Texas, and encourage all Lewisville residents to actively express their support of their senior neighbors through volunteer efforts, charitable donations, and open friendship. Congrats.
Thank you.
Let's give them a hand.
Thank you.
So Nancy, that's yours. I think we want a photo.
Okay.
I'm tall, I'm going to the back.
Okay. I've never been able to say that. Okay, Nelena's. No, they're not.
1, 2, 3.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Nancy, if you had a few words?
Just a few words. Yeah, okay, thank you, thank you, thank you.
No, I know, I'm trying to
Yeah.
set standards.
We are honored to be here today and to be given this honorable proclamation by Mayor Gilmore. It has been our pleasure to work with this wonderful mayor and the city council members. The city of Lewisville, I can tell you, is awesome. I worked in Northern California with our board and our city council, and this is far superior to anything I've seen. These people really care about us. They really do. It's a great experience to work with all of them. Very progressive. They're all very progressive, including the mayor, the city councilman, the city managers, department, and Elena and Sheehy and her team is part of the Lewisville Volunteer Organization. The heartwarming relations we've made with the city over the years have been appreciated by all seniors, and we will all benefit by it. We have a vision of being the voice. We are the voice for Lewisville. There's not many of us, there's about 100 of us, but we now want to be here with the city, working with the city in any way we can. The Ambassadors Beautification of Lewisville program is an important concept to us. With the help of the Cross Timbers Rotary Club, we are developing a wheelchair-accessible garden for our wheelchair residents to provide opportunities for them with disabilities to enjoy gardening from their wheelchairs. Our master beekeeper, here's Jake. He's the master beekeeper. He's working with Chris at Parks and Rec, and they're going to be putting up 5 bee cases, correct? Yes.
Hives, 5 hives.
5 hives, and that'll pollinate a lot of the private gardens and the public gardens in the city. And I believe that's the first ones in Lewisville that our city would be city-run, so. That's good. Okay. So, and we don't want to forget our fantastic team at Evergreen. We started 3 years ago with Judy Hammer, the lady in the back, wearing the white hair, raises her head. She and I, and we were told, you're not going to get anywhere. We didn't believe her. We thought we could just go ahead, and we moved on from 2 members now to 100. So where there's a will, there's a way. We've worked diligently with our goals, and that we would have never achieved the level of connection and success with the city without the backing of our team at Evergreen. We're one of 18 communities that are independent living seniors. Lastly, we want to thank Gary Henderson of United Way, Mary McDaniels of Salvation Army, TCOG, Gilbert Moniz, and Peggy Swan of the Christian Community Action Alliance, Claire Powell and Ashley and Chris and all the wonderful people, and Bobby Mitchell sitting here in the audience, right here, there she is. Yeah, glad she made it. And Judge Andy Eady has been instrumental in helping us Lewisville seniors in many ways, not to mention the mayor has made big plans for us. We now have Go Zone, which will be coming right to our own facility to help people that don't have transportation. We're very blessed to have that happen to us. So we can't thank all of you enough for how the city of Lewisville has welcomed us, listening to our unique concerns, and being supportive of our efforts. We love Lewisville. We love living in Lewisville. It's close to everything, and we enjoy helping in any way we can, and we hope to be of further use to you all in the future.
Love our seniors. I plan to be one someday. So far, so good. Next up, we have Fire Prevention Week. Chief, have we got? There's a few of our folks here. All right. So we are speaking about Fire Prevention Week here, and so whereas in 2022 there were 360,000 home fires in the United States that caused more than 2,700 civilian deaths, and whereas the city of Lewisville is committed to ensuring the safety and security of all those living and visiting our city, and whereas like all local government employees, there are critical times when fire prevention personnel are called upon to act as first responders, and whereas Lewisville residents who have working smoke alarms and have planned and practiced a home fire escape plan are more prepared and will therefore be more likely to survive a fire, and whereas the 2024 Fire Prevention Week theme, Smoke Alarms, Make Them Work for You, serves to remind the citizens of Lewisville of the importance of having working smoke smoke alarms in the home. Now therefore, I, T.J. Gilmore, Mayor of the City of Lewisville, and on behalf of the Lewisville City Council, do hereby proclaim the week of October 6th through 12th, 2024 as Fire Prevention Week in Lewisville, Texas, and urge all Lewisville residents to make sure their homes have working smoke alarms and to support the many public safety activities and efforts of the Lewisville Fire Department. Let's give these guys a hand. Got a few words?
Thank you very much for the opportunity to bring this proclamation forward. Obviously, smoke alarms are one of the most important things you can have in your home to give you as much early warning as possible, and that's why we've got to make sure that we make the smoke alarms work for us. So thank you again so much.
Quick pro tip. You don't know about your fire alarms or anything like that, you can call the department. They will come out and check them with you. They'll show you how they work, and they'll help set them up. They'll even change the batteries. Now, if you got the really tall ones, like in this room, I don't know so much about that one. I don't want to overcommit. But is this the move? Is that how that? Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Let's give them a hand. And our final proclamation for this evening is for our Community Planning Month. Where are my planners? Welcome. Well, whereas Lewisville continues to grow and community planning and plans can help manage this change in a way that provides better choices for how people work, live, and recreate, and whereas community planning provides an opportunity for all residents to be meaningfully involved in making choices that determine the best future of their community, and whereas the full benefits of planning requires public officials and residents to understand, support, and demand excellence in the planning process and plan implementation, and whereas the celebration of National Community Planning Month gives us the opportunity to publicly recognize the participation and dedication of the members of the Planning and Zoning Commission, the Zoning Board of Adjustment, the Old Town Design Review Committee, and other resident planners, along with professional planning staff who have contributed their time and expertise to the improvement of the City of Lewisville and the goal of creating a great community for all residents. Now, therefore, I, T.J. Gilmore, Mayor of the City of Lewisville, and on behalf of the Lewisville City Council, do hereby proclaim the month of October 2024 as Community Planning Month in Lewisville, Texas, in conjunction with the celebration of National Community Planning Month endorsed by the American Planning Association. Let's give all of our planners, professional and otherwise, a hand. Richard?
Thank you, Mayor Gilmore. I'd like to thank the City Council and our mayor for all their support for many years on all our planning efforts. Lewisville has definitely become an exceptional city due to the extensive amount of planning that we have done over the years. We've engaged our residents, they've given us feedback, and we have adopted award-winning plans, and we're very, very proud of that. I want everyone to get ready next year, because next year is 2025, and our 2025 vision plan will need to be redone, and we will be undertaking a very extensive process, and we'll be engaging our residents. We look forward to visiting with everyone so that we can continue charting our vision for our community forward for the next 10 to 20 years. I also want to thank the Planning and Zoning Commission. I have 3 members here. They are definitely rock stars. Our Zoning Board of Adjustment and our Old Town Design Review Committee. We've got some very talented citizen planners that assist us in moving the city forward. And one final thought, I do want to mention next week, quite a few members of the council and several boards and commissions will be joining staff at our state planning conference in Allen. We'll be joining probably about 1,200 professional planners and community planners from across the state of Texas, and we'll be collaborating with them for new ideas, and we look forward to sharing our ideas. We get a lot of folks coming to us wanting to know how we've accomplished the great things that we have here in Lewisville, and we look forward to that conference and the recognition that we are receiving. Thank you again.
There we go. One camera. Everybody move to the center. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Richard.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
And just to be clear, these aren't plans that sit on a shelf in this city. The plans that we do actually get acted upon. They create amazing things, and they create a lot of stability. When you talk about North Texas, the statisticians are putting us at 200,000 people a year for the next 20 years. That's going to make this area of roughly 7 million people into an area of about 12 to 13 million people in the next 10 years, 20 years, I think it is. But anyhow, it's a lot of math, but the thing is that these folks are not bringing roads, they're not bringing water, they're not bringing housing, they're not bringing a whole bunch of stuff that we have to be able to prepare for. And so that's part of why our planning department is so needed and so award-winning, is because we put together great stuff. So thank you for that. All right, we're going to move on past our proclamations. We're on to item D1, continued public hearing, consideration of an ordinance amending the zoning ordinance by amending ordinance number 0428-22-ZON to rezone approximately 10.207 acres located in the northeast corner of Lady Tesla Avenue and Essex Boulevard, legally described as 10.207 acres out of the Amos Singleton Survey, abstract 1138 from Plan Development Multifamily 3 District to Plan Development Townhouse 2 District to amend the Plan Development Concept Plan set forth in Exhibit 5B, the Realm Subdistrict Concept Plan, thereto by amending the concept plan for 50.562 acres located north of Lady Tesla Avenue, legally described as 50.562 acres out of the Amos Singleton Survey, abstract 1138, and the Benjamin Schoonover Survey, abstract 1209, as requested by Patricia Font of McAdams on behalf of Eric Stanley of Breedco Lands, CH LLC, the property owner, case number 24042PZ. The City Council opened the public hearing for this item on August 19th, 2024, and continued the public hearing to the September 9th, 2024 City Council meeting to allow for a neighborhood meeting. The public hearing was continued again to the September 16th, 2024 City Council meeting to provide additional time to update the proposed concept plan to reflect the details discussed at the community neighborhood meeting. The public hearing was continued a third time to October 7th to determine if additional setback could be provided. The property owners requested that the public hearing be continued to the October 21st, 2024 City Council meeting in order to incorporate additional building setback details on the concept plan. The Castle Hills Plan Development District Ordinance number 0428-22-ZON incorporates provisions of the Castle Hills Development Agreement along with the variances to the agreement approved since 1996. The PD allows changes to base zoning districts and the subdistrict concept plans following the zoning processes in the Unified Development Code. The applicant is requested to change the base zoning district on 10.207 acres from Plan Development Multifamily 3 District to Plan Development Townhouse 2 District to allow for a front entry townhome community where multifamily development had originally been planned. The proposed changes also necessitate an amendment to the approved concept plan. The concept plan for the Realm South Subdistrict is being amended to it in its entirety. However, the changes only impact 50.562 acres, which includes the 10.207 acres proposed for rezoning. The proposed concept plan amendment consists of the addition of the proposed townhomes along with a reconfiguration of the remaining multifamily units. The Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval unanimously 5-0 on August 6, 2024. It's recommended that the City Council continue the public hearing to the October 21st, 2024 City Council meeting. We do have Mr. Richard Lutke, our Planning Director, available for questions, and the public hearing is now open. Let's see. I do not have any public comment on this one. Anybody in the audience? I don't see any. All right, council, we have a public hearing being open. I can entertain a motion to continue the public hearing.
Richard, I had a quick question. Is the plan for Mr. Stanley to meet with the neighborhood again before it comes back to us?
I do not believe he has any plans for any additional meetings.
Okay. So the first time they'll see the amended plan is when we have it here?
Yes, on the 21st.
Okay. Okay. So with that, I move to continue the public hearing to October 21st, 2024.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? Second. I have a motion and a second. Council, if you'd please vote. Motion passes 6-0. Thank you, council. Item 2, public hearing, consideration of public input for the fiscal year 24 pathways to removing obstacles to housing, PRO housing application. The City of Lewisville is applying for the Department of Housing and Urban Development FY24 Pathways to Removing Obstacles to Housing, Pro Housing Round 2. The purpose of these funds is to take steps to remove barriers to affordable housing and seek to increase housing production and lower housing costs over the long term. Communities can apply for up to $7 million in PRO housing funds to break down barriers such as challenges to preserving existing housing stock, such as increasing threats from natural hazards, redevelopment that reduces the number of affordable units, displacement pressures, or expiration of affordability requirements, or deteriorating or inadequate infrastructure. This process continues with this public hearing, and further comments may be accepted during a 15-day public comment period ending October 10th. The City of Lewisville's application is requesting $5 million for projects that would provide middle housing stock, such as townhomes or duplexes, and preservation of existing affordable housing. It's recommended that the City Council hold the public hearing and consider public input for the fiscal year 24 Pathways to Removing Obstacles to Housing application. We do have Mr. Chris McGinn, our Director of Neighborhood and Inspection Services, available for questions, and the public hearing is now open. I have no comments here. Council?
I do want to, before we go forward with this, and you asked this question, I know workshop, Kristen, but we did get some feedback, mostly at Western Days, is that right? I want to just get that out in the open again. And it was overwhelmingly positive in support of this process, 90% or so. Is that, I think, what I heard, is that right? Roughly 90% positive? Fantastic, thank you. Okay.
And it was a lot more events than just Western Days. That just happened to be the biggest one.
Thank you, yep. Okay. With that, I'll motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Councilor, please vote. Motion passes 6-0. All right, the public comment is still available, 15-day comment. You can go to the city website for that information to add your 2 cents to the conversation. Item E, Visitor Citizens Forum. Speakers must address their comments to the mayor rather than to individual council members or staff. Speakers should speak clearly and state their name and address prior to beginning their remarks. Speakers will be allowed 5 minutes for testimony. Speakers making personal, impertinent, profane, or slanderous remarks may be removed from the meeting. Unauthorized remarks from the audience, stamping of feet, whistles, yells, clapping, and similar demonstrations will not be permitted. In accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, the City Council is restricted from discussing or taking action on items not listed on the agenda. Action can only be taken at a future meeting. I do not have any comments for visitor citizens. Are those, those 2 are for visitor citizens, sorry about that. I didn't see, I thought we had a specific line item for that. My apologies. So I do have 2. I've got Mariana Rodriguez. My apologies if I missed that. You're welcome to come comment. Ms. Rodriguez, if you'd state your name and address for the record.
Sure. It's Mariana Rodriguez, 2744 Club Ridge Drive, Lewisville, Texas, 75067.
Thank you. And you are welcome to address the council.
Okay. I am here because we received a notice, kind of a late notice, of a mental institution opening up literally less than 1,000 feet away from my house and the neighborhood that we are in. There was an assisted living community there, and it looks like they are set to open in November. And as members of the neighborhood, we have a lot of concerns, but whether you have kids or not, we have a school there, which is probably 1,000 feet away or so from it, and just the safety of all of us in general. And I'm not sure if this is a done deal or if it's something that is still up for a vote, if you will.
So because this is not on the agenda, we can't really respond to you and your questions because that's state law. What we can do is we can direct staff to reach out and talk to you after the meeting or during the meeting. Someone will meet you and talk with you about what's going on with this one. But state law doesn't allow us to get into a conversation, unfortunately, because it wasn't posted, so it's not a public meeting for that event.
I apologize. It
No,
was just
no,
based
you're
on
doing
a
exactly
notice
what you have to
that-
do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We
you're
just
doing exactly
received a
what you need to
notice
do.
from
I just,
HOA.
if you're expecting us to get into a conversation with you, unfortunately, by state law, I can't do that.
I understand.
But I can have staff talk to you after this. And they can give you some,
Absolutely. I
they can give you
appreciate
some
that.
context and maybe help you navigate what's going on with that neighborhood. So,
Perfect.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I have Joanna Schweitzer.
Hello, my name is Joanna Schweitzer. I live at 2777 Vista Bluff Boulevard, Lewisville, Texas. And before I even get started, because I cannot talk near as fast as you do, so I'll try to do this as quick as I can. I just want to follow up with the great gratitude to the senior citizens. Thank you for starting as 2 and being the number you are, that is super dedication. And as a senior citizen, I'm very proud to be a part of that, and I hope maybe I can join in to help you at some point. I also would like to say that we live in a great neighborhood. I'm following right after the speaker that was before me. I live right across from the facility that we've talked about, and I want to take time to thank Richard tonight for taking time to speak with me a few days ago about it. I know you can't answer anything, but I just want to express my feelings about some things that I think are important. It's already been said in this room, not 10 minutes ago, about why people live in this city, why we love this city. I moved here about 11 years ago, and I had to make some big decisions over the last 4 or 5 months. My husband passed away in March, and my children are in Austin and are wanting me to move in that direction. And it's been difficult, but the one thing that I knew I had here is I have community. I have a strong city, what I feel like council and government that supports us. There are a number of reasons, and I don't waste time doing that. But what I'm saying is that had I known that this facility was going to be moving in right outside my kitchen window, there would have been a for sale sign in my front yard that day. And here's why I want to talk to you. I trust Lewisville. I voted for you the last few elections. We are here today because we feel like Lewisville needs to be interested in us as well as the growth of what's happening in Lewisville. Everybody wants that. But to put that in a neighborhood that's 30 years old with mostly aging neighbors, a lot of people have been here since groundbreak of that property. And now we are looking at what are we supposed to do, especially our real estate values, now that they're moving in a rehab for drug, alcoholism, and many other things. And I shared this too a little bit personally, is I have a family member too that's been in several of these type of places. I think the intent is great, but I know on a personal level, they are in and out quickly. I noticed it was 25, 28 days. It could be less than that. The other thing we're concerned about is I was personally told by the employee that is working there, there are no locked doors at all. That there's a staff member in the front, but there are no locked doors. One of the things that I know helped my grandson get back into the drug field was that every facility he stayed at, 4 in particular, he did come and go as he pleased. And that would be when he would meet somebody or make a phone call. It is not a fixable thing when you have people that have certain types of addictions. They're great facilities and they make a lot of money, and they're probably a great tax money for Lewisville. But it's to me insulting and not caring about us as citizens and homeowners on what's going to happen with the value of our homes. And I'm disappointed with Lewisville for not letting us know in June that this was happening, whether it be legally done or not, because it's a medical district. We should have known, and we weren't, and I feel like that was done very quietly on purpose. And that's not the Lewisville I love, and that's not why I'm in this city. So I thank you for your time, and again, I want you to ask yourselves, would you want this across from your home where your children are and your grade school where little bitties, and I'm talking 4, 5, 6, 7-year-old little children walk unattended to school, sometimes in the dark or morning hours when the time's different, with no assistance, no parents. There's little people, they trust anyone. It wasn't a good decision for our community. It might have been good for the coffers for Lewisville, but it was not for our community at Vista Ridge Estates. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. All right. Item F, consent agenda, and we will have staff follow up with all of that. On the consent agenda, all the following items on the consent agenda are considered to be self-explanatory by the council and will be enacted with one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member or citizen so requests. For a citizen to request removal of an item, a speaker card or e-comment must be filled out and submitted to the city secretary. I have no requests for removal of anything from the consent agenda. Council?
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Council, if you please vote. Consent agenda passes unanimously. Item G9, regular hearing, consideration of an alternative standard associated with building orientation requirements for 2 restaurants on approximately 2.081 acres legally described as Hebron Lake Park Addition, lots 4R and 5, Block A, Zone General Business District, located on the south side of Hebron Parkway, approximately 200 feet east of Lake Point Drive, as requested by Tom Rude, ID Group, on behalf of CFT NV Developments LLC, the property owners. Case 2408-13-ALT STD. CFT NV Developments LLC intends to develop 2 lots located along Hebron Parkway as quick-service restaurants. As with the other developments within this addition, the developer requests an alternative standard to orient the buildings perpendicular to the street face. Enhanced pedestrian amenities are proposed at the rear of the property along the adjacent levee district pond. Trails are required in this area by the Unified Development Code and the Healthy Infrastructure Plan. The enhanced pedestrian amenities create a meaningful green space and walking path. It's recommended that the City Council approve the alternative standards as set forth in the caption above. We do have Richard Lutke available if we need him. And if we don't, we can entertain a motion to approve.
I move to approve the alternative standard as set forth in the caption.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Council, please vote. Item passes unanimously. Item 10, consideration of reappointing Mayor T.J. Gilmore to the Denton County Transportation Authority Board of Directors, and consideration of reappointing Councilmember Kristen Green as the alternate member to the DCTA Board of Directors. DCTA bylaws require the board members and alternates have experience in the field of transportation, business, government, engineering, or law, and reside within the territory of the authority. DCTA board members serve for 2-year terms. Mayor Gilmore and Councilmember Green's terms are expiring and have expressed an interest in continuing to serve as the city's representatives on the DCTA Board of Directors. It's recommended that the City Council reappoint Mayor T.J. Gilmore and Councilmember Kristen Green to the DCTA Board of Directors as set forth in the caption above. Council?
Motion to reappoint Mayor T.J. Gilmore and Councilmember Kristen Green to the DCTA Board of Directors as set forth in the caption.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Council, please vote. Motion passes unanimously. Councilmember Green, thank you so much for being willing to put in another 2 years on this. And Council, thank you so much for your support of DCTA. It's been a good couple of years that we were doing some great things, and there's some new stuff coming this next 2 years, so especially on the rail side. Item 11, consideration of a resolution nominating candidates to the Denton Central Appraisal District Board of Directors. The Denton Central Appraisal District has requested its taxing entities nominate up to 5 individuals to be considered to serve on the Denton CAD Board of Directors. Nominating resolutions are to be approved by council prior to October 15th. After all entities have made their nominations, ballots will be delivered and votes will be cast. The Appraisal District will count the votes and declare the 5 candidates who receive the largest cumulative vote totals to begin serving a new term beginning January 1, 2024. Board members will serve a 1-year term ending December 31st, 2024. The council nominated Alex Buck and Ann Pomacall for the 2021 election cycle, and both were ultimately selected to serve on the Board of Directors. Both Alex Buck and Ann Pomacall have indicated they are interested in being considered for nomination for the upcoming election cycle. It is recommended that the City Council approve the resolution as set forth in the caption above and nominate candidates for the Denton Central Appraisal District Board of Directors. Council, I'll take some nominees.
Move to approve the resolution as set forth in the caption and nominate Alex Buck, Ray Martin, and Ann Pomacall to the Denton Central Appraisal District Board of Directors.
A second.
I have a motion and a second. Council, if you'd please vote. Motion passes unanimously. Item H, reports. Reports about items of community interest regarding which no action will be taken. Councilmember Kelly, you mind if we start with you?
Sure. All right, so some quick things here. Remind everybody, Battle of the Badges is coming out on Saturday, October 12th, and I've got more details here. It will be at the Railroad Park. First pitch is at 8 a.m. and it's going to go till we're done. There are several groups. So we have 4 police teams playing: Lewisville, Flower Mound, Corinth, and Arlington, and 2 fire teams, Lewisville and Flower Mound. There's going, it's free to attend. There's Kids Zone, bounce houses, face painting, costume characters, DJ craft fair, badge pull, 50-50 raffle, and I hear there's going to be some really funny guys out there doing some announcements this year. That is, one more quick thing. So looking forward to the Big Green Egg Fest, even though it's not in Lewisville, but we are using that as an opportunity to support local business. So we'll be working to support Starship Bagel, Prairie preserves and bent with the bourbon cream for the creations that we'll be making out there at Egg Fest. That's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you for that.
Councilmember Green?
I just wanted to quickly thank city staff for, I know this is the busiest time of year with Western Days, which is our really, really big festival, and then it was immediately followed by the Homecoming Parade, which is another big event. I know a lot of staff are working a lot of overtime. I still just cannot believe how quickly things get put out and then put up here in Old Town to make all of this work. And it's a lot of work that takes a lot of hands to do it. And I just wanted to, again, express my gratitude for all the city staff that worked so hard to make all that happen for us. I also wanted to call out the fire department that I think needs to get in on this dunk tank next year. I'd really like to see the fire department get involved with that next year. You hear what I'm saying. Yeah, so that's all I have. I'll leave it at that.
I think the fire department plays with enough water. They may not want to do that on their spare time. Neighborhood Grants Workshop, it will be held on October 15th at Queens Margaret Community Center. It'll help residents learn about home repair, resources, and grant opportunities during a free workshop. And it starts at 6:30 p.m.
Councilmember Kate?
Yeah, first of all, I would like to say Godspeed and pray for protection over some of our PD that is leaving to go to the Carolinas to help the devastation there, and also pray for Florida. Hopefully this thing Milton's going to go to sleep before it gets to the coast. Well, probably not going to happen, but hopefully it lessens quite a bit. I want to say that online, I have never seen so many coyote pictures in my life. Coyotes have always been here. I want to give everybody the opportunity to get online. City of Lewisville app, you can look up under Animal Services. There is a lecture, if you want to call it that, or a seminar or a session regarding coyotes and the myths, living in harmony with the, what do they call them? Dogs of Song.
The Song Dogs.
Song Dogs. And that's at 6 o'clock, October 10th. This Thursday, it's only open for 50 people, and you can go online and register. But if you cannot make it, no fear. No fear, period, but no fear. It's going to be taped and be put on our YouTube channel. So that's going to be a great educational tool. And I think that is it.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember Meredith?
No report.
Councilmember Troyer? Thank you, sir. City Attorney's Office? City Secretary?
No report, Mayor.
All right. Anything from EcoDev? No? 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 Lake level?
No lake level, no.
That's a bigger issue.
It's a serious problem.
We got a problem.
We are at a mean water level of 520 feet, 0.23 feet. That's 91.7% full.
Yeah, we have not had rain in a while. Jim?
If you're looking for a new furry friend, a dog over 20 pounds, those fees are waived till the end of the year. So I encourage anyone that is interested. That's going on until, I believe, January the 6th.
I think you might need to fill in Commissioner Mitchell on that. She was looking for a dog that size.
We can help her out.
Yeah.
Somebody's in the doghouse. Chief?
Well, I was going to talk trash, but Chief Rollins left, so I won't do that. We'll just come out Saturday, watch us play. We'll have a good time. They're due a win, so it could happen this year.
It could happen. It could happen. Gina? Anything? Want to thank the fire department. The open house this weekend was amazing. The amount of equipment, apparatus, other agencies that came. I know this isn't a temporary location, but y'all did a great job. I was really pleased to be out there and see all the families. We had scout groups. If you wanted to get involved or find out ways to learn more about your city, it was a great opportunity, and I hope the turnout was as good the whole day as it was the 30 minutes that I was there. So that was wonderful. Also want to thank the PD for National Night Out. We had, I think, 14 neighborhoods. We need 114 neighborhoods, but this is a great start. Really excited to see the police department, fire department, and other departments that I saw out and about. I cannot think of a more important thing than building community connections, and it was a great evening, so thank you so much for that. With that, there is no other action to be taken on tonight's agenda, so we stand adjourned.